Yes, you want value add product. And so here I am to help you get it. So for those of you wanting to know about beef suet and beef fat, let me just open up my freezer here and let me show you what I have in store. So beef fat, now you want to check with your processors because they might call it or label it something a little bit differently. My processors, this one came from 6-in-1. Beef fat in this case is referring to the fat that is trimmed from the outside hanging carcass of the beef that, dear friends, otherwise is going to be thrown away. So this is a value add product. Some of you want to take this fat and you want to add it in to your ground beef so that you have higher fat content in your ground beef because you understand the health benefits of fat. You know that the fat of regeneratively raised animals, 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef, higher in omega-3s, better omega-3 to 6 ratio, lots of essential nutrients found in the fat. You know the benefits of it. That's why we don't recommend rinsing, draining, or trimming off the fat. Of course, I can't give you legal dietary advice, but research it yourself, you guys. We have wise customers. I know you're wise. So again, back to value add. So some of you are going to want to take this fat and you're just going to want to have them at the processing facility just add this into your ground beef. But others of you want to keep some of it separate. And you can ask your processor to put it in a certain package weight. Like I just ask my processor to put it in 1 to 2 pound packages. You can always specify to them how big you want any kind of package. So feel free to advocate for that. But this beef fat, how do I use it? Well, I use it as a substitute for oil or butter in any kind of savory cooking. So if I was going to make a chocolate cake, do I want it to take on a beefy flavor? No, so I would not substitute this. But if I'm going to be sauteing some onions and garlic because I'm making some kind of stew or really good pasta and it would be enhanced with a little bit of a beefy flavor, this is free product that I can keep in my freezer, transfer over to here's just another package, transfer it to a little container that I keep in my fridge. And then, yeah, I just take it out in little chunks and I can use it that way. Awesome, right? Now, is this shelf stable? No, because you can see each package is going to vary a little bit, but they don't get all the beef off of it. If you want to render this down so that it is shelf stable, you absolutely can do that. Just check it out on the internet webs, how to render fat. All right, so that's the beef fat in general, just from the excess on the outer carcass of your hanging beef. Suet. What is suet, my friends? Suet is specifically referring to the unrendered fat that comes from around the kidney area. So if you've researched this like I have, you know that suet is all the rage. This is super high in omega-3. Again, really good omega-3 to 6 ratio. It's more similar to salmon. This kind of fat is all of this beef fat. You know, it's low inflammatory or inflammatory reducing, whereas seed oils actually increase the inflammation in your body. If you don't know that, go ahead and research it. Let me know if you need some links. So the beef suet is from the kidney area. This is what you render to make tallow. So you'll know people do all kinds of like skincare, cosmetics, those kinds of things with tallow. Definitely a value add product. Okay. And then since we're here, I've got my guard dog. He's taking a break before he's on his night shift. But he, dear friends, gets the benefit of organ meats. So I'll just show you my organ meat stash. Please, by all means, advocate for your organ meats. If you know you will use these, you can get beef heart, beef liver, tongue, kidney, spleen, oxtail. These, if you're not sure what oxtail is, this would be like the tip of the tail, like closest, like part of the spine, kind of the very, very end, I should say, of the spine, if I'm describing that well. I know you can't see these packages, obviously, but it's really rich in collagen and it makes delicious beef broth. I know some people take the oxtail and you'll actually make a dish with it. You can look up recipes, but I just make bone broth out of it because it's really rich in collagen. Okay, so that's what I do. Anyway, this is my whole freezer that just has my offal, OFFAL. I think that term is hilarious. This is essentially the stuff, again, that gets discarded and just gets thrown away. So this is a value add product please make use of it, and then you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. Okay, and if you're not going to consume the organ meats, give them to your pets. Again, I can't give you dietary advice, research it yourself, but enjoy, friends. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you next time.